Hi everyone, welcome to this online session of transmission systems. In this session, we are going to see about how the selections of the belt drives. Okay, generally we are known that there are different flat belt drives, V belt drives, chain, rope. Okay, these are the various belt drives problems which will be asked in previous gate exams, and when we compared with other methods or other subjects, these problems will be in the forms of almost two or three problems. Generally, they will ask whether in not only in GATE or there are also in ONGC or NLC when you are preparing for ONGC or NLC entrance exams. These topics plays a major role. Okay, not only these topics for transmission systems. Generally, this is one of the simple design systems which is used, and then how the selections which will be carried out, and how we are going to design a belts or how we are going to design a drives. Okay, that is the main concept of this subjects. And then secondary one is the transmission systems, not only in the sense of whether spur gears or gear systems, helical gears or Herrenborg gears. Okay, there are different types of gear systems which is available in this market, one gear. Okay, and design procedures also been used in the systems for calculating the velocities of the shaft, or what is the speed of the driver, which is there is two things we want to consider in this. One is a driver and another one is driven. Okay, and not only of driver system, and we want to consider in how much of energies, which is a relationship of shaft, that is comes under relationship of shaft. Okay, and then how much of service conditions, how much of periods. Okay, now what is the lifetime of the gear which will be designed, that is also be one of the calculation which is carried out. And mostly they will call it as speed reduction ratios. In the problems, most widely they comes from the speed reduction ratios, calculating speed reduction ratios for a given number of teeth or given number of speed of the driver or a driven shafts. Okay, that is the main thing which is basically they ask in the problems. Okay, and first of all we want to, in this session we are going to see about how the selections which will be carried out, and what are the dependents. Okay, which are the things we want to depend on selecting the drives. Okay, one is based on power transmission, how much of power it is transmitted from the driver to the driven, that is also been asked. And what is the speed of the driver and what is the speed of the driven shafts. Okay, that is one of the thing. And next one is what is the shaft relationship. Okay, shaft relationship. And then how much of service conditions, the service conditions which is asked. And then after, when you go for speed reduction ratios, the speed reduction ratios and center distance, and calculating the center distance between the driver and the driven. The problems will be comes in the terms of they will give what is the diameter of the driven shafts and the diameter of the driven shafts. Okay, driven driver and driven. Okay, and they ask simply calculate what is the center distance of the driven and driver shafts. Okay, and same like that, whether the requirements which is in positive drive or whether it is in the forms of negative drives. Okay, if the number of teeth which is adding much more, it comes into the reduction of the drivers. Okay, and reduction in the sense it gives a negative drive requirements, and the space availability which is also been much more lesser. Okay, that is the main concept of using the selection of belt drives in the systems. Okay, and these eight components or the eight things which will be generally they can ask with the simple type of questions, and they can ask, they give some data, and then they will ask how much of speed reductions it will be carried out, and what is the power transmitted on the systems, and what is the center distance between the systems. Okay, that is all they can ask in a simple problems. Okay, and how we are going to calculate, and what is the simplest way of calculating these procedures, that is the thing we are going to discuss in this session. And then another one is we are having how to calculate what is the velocity ratios, and then what are the effects of belts, and what is the effects of slips in the velocity ratios. Okay, that are the major things we are going to discuss in this session. And we are going to solve a problem based on the velocity ratios of belt drives and then speed ratios of belt drives. Okay, first of all, when you're seeing this, you just note, if it's possible, you just note it out these uh, formulas, which I had generally shown. Okay, First one is velocity. How to calculate the velocity of the driver and the driver wells. Okay, that is there is comes under D. Okay, which is comes under diameters of the driven pulley, which is respectively, and N1 and N2, which is the speed of the driver and driven respectively, and what is the angular velocity. Okay, from the angular velocity relationship only we are going to solve the velocity ratio. Okay, and angular velocity in the sense of the velocity which is equal to N2 divided by N1. Why we are going for N2? N2 that is a driven. Okay, that is not a driver. Okay, and that is called it as pinion. Okay, N2 which is a speed of a pinion divided by speed of a gear. Okay, when we calculate it, which is called it as velocity ratio. At the same time, speed ratio I is equal to n1 divided by n2. Speed ratio in the sense of you want to calculate from driver to driven, and for velocity it is from driven to driver. Okay, we already know that the speed is proportional to inversely proportional to the velocity. That is what we can go ahead by n2 divided by n1, and then same like that we are going to calculate what is the angular velocity of the driver and driven software, which is respectively by omega 2 divided by omega 1. Okay, and why we are considering the speed, which is equal to d capital D divided by small d. The capital D tends to the driver, okay, and small d tends to the driven. Okay, and when we're comparing with the area or angular of motions, we want to constrain that diameters of the bigger one divided by diameter of the smaller one. Otherwise, when you go for calculating the velocity, smaller one divided by bigger one. That is the simplest understanding thing we can able to remember by ourselves. And what is the effects of the belt in the velocity? Okay, that is the thickness. Okay, if the belt is not only having the diameter, it is also having some thickness values. Okay, thickness values in the sense we want to calculate what is the thickness of belt in the sense n2 divided by n1, which is equal to capital D plus what is the thickness of the driven belt, driver belt, and then driven belt. Okay, that is thing you want to consider. And then second one is how to calculate the slip velocity. Okay, the slip velocity is from this, and then secondary one is slip velocity. The slip, which is a percentage of slip between the driver and the belt. Okay, the slip, which is plays a vital role when calculating the velocity ratios in every problems. That is what the velocity ratio we can calculate it by n2 by n1 is equal to capital D divided by smaller d into 1 minus of s1 plus s2 divided by 100. Okay, this s1 and s2 which we calculated directly from the what is the slip angle, what is the total slip which is calculated in this forms of total slip s is equal to s1 plus s2, and take it as the equation d divided by capital D divided by smaller d to 1 minus of s divided by 100. By calculating the thickness, if we are considering the thickness in the sense we just want to add what is the thickness of the belt. Okay, what is the thickness in the sense if there is no thickness is given, we want to constrain that what is the diameter only. If they are giving the what is the thickness in the sense, we just want to consider the thickness of the belt also, which comes under d plus what is the thickness t into 1 minus s divided by 100. This s tends to that what is the total slip angle. Okay, slip between the driver and the driven pulley, and what is the slip between the driven and driver pulley. Okay, that comes under calculation of the slip. And then the effects of creep. Okay, and then the effects of creep in the sense creep it is generally applied in the forms of stress values. Okay, how the creeps which will be occur. Okay, generally creeps can be occur basically on the forms of applying load on the surface area, which comes under tension of an element. Okay, in this concept when you go for uh, drives or belts, the slips or generally comes from the tight sections or frictional sections, and then how much of load or stress induced on a particular area, or not only in the sense combined areas, it gives into an overall, it comes in an overall conception of the total considering of the elements. Okay, the stress which is induced on a particular areas or a stress which will be involved on a entire areas of a system or a entire drives. Okay, that will be comes under uh, creep induced on the belt. That is, that we can discuss in the forms of toe 1 and toe 2, which is a stress induced on the tight side and a slank side, respectively. If there is a one side which will becomes under a tight portion of the drive, which has been a driver or driven, okay, that whatever it may be. And another one, it will be in the forms of slack sides. In slack side, there is a frictional ratios which is much lesser when compared to the other types of motion. And then we calculate what is a Young's modulus. When a stress is induced, you just want to consider what is a Young's modulus of a belt raise. If they in the problem they are giving a stress, if object is subjected to an stress means it, particularly we can generally know that the Young's modulus of the belt or some Young's modulus will be occurred on the system. That is a general thing. We can know that on designing of every element. Okay, now if you take a rectangular plate or any plate, it is subjected to an some load. If there is a deflection, will be occur. Okay, that deflection we generally say that how much of energy consumed. Okay, that is a stress energy is induced, and then strain energy will be uh, probably occurred on the system. Okay, strain, which is an elongation, which is particularly applied on the system. That things which will become commonly comes from all the elements. Okay, if not only in considering the uh, drive systems, that is a basic concept we have already known that. For that, we are considering the Young's modulus. If Young's modulus, which is a relationship between stress and strain, okay, that gives a original velocity or change in the velocity of the motion. Okay, that is what we are considering the Young's modulus. And the geometrical expressions and what are the data or what are the formulas which is used for designing the drive systems. There are open drive systems, closed drive systems, chain drive systems, rope drive systems. Okay. And there are lots of constraints which will be comes in the containing forms, and how we are calculating that. First thing is we want to, if they are asking for a velocity ratio, we just want to consider what is a shape. Okay. If shape in the sense, we generally go for diameter. A velocity means it was derived from the speed. Okay, a speed in the sense that we want to give what is the RPM of the rotation. Okay, and from the RPM of the rotation, it's reciprocal is comes under velocity. That is what we are generally known that n2 divided by n1. Otherwise, we go for n1 divided by n2. We're considering at the area, we want to consider what is the bigger area divided by smaller area. Okay, and otherwise we can go for smaller one divided by bigger one. Okay, that is the simple concept. Okay, that is we can able to wind it on our mind, and then we can whenever we feel that we want to calculate a velocity, it is derived from the speed, and then it will be remember very easily for us to see. Okay, and what is the general relationship of the belt drives? Okay, and this is what how belt drive system which is shown, and then there are open belt drive. And this is an we give it as what is a capital D, that is a driver which is having a maximum number of pulley. This is generally called it as bicycle. If you see in our bicycle, if there are if we are using chain drives, but if in place of chain drives, if you are using belt drives means it will be much more similar. Okay, and capital D, which is a diameter of the larger pulley, and then a smaller D, which is a diameter of the smaller pulley, and the total distance, the center distance, which is we want to know that what is the center distance from this point to this point. It is comes under a center distance of two pulleys. Okay, most widely most of them are not remembering this, what is the center distance. Whenever I'm asking in the classroom sessions, most of the students are not aware of what is C. Okay, C is the center point between two gears or two pulleys or two pulleys. If the what is this? This is the center. If it consider that it is radius, the total thing which will be called it as a diameter. Okay, the center point of the gear pulley one, which is a larger pulley, to the center point of the another smaller pulley, the distance is comes under center distance. Okay, otherwise sometimes they call it as center distance in the sense they calculated the smaller thing which comes under radius. Okay, and then what is an angle, wrap angle, that is a smaller pulley. It will be considered that uh, the some deviations which is occur. Okay, that is a stubborn angle that it will be called it as, and the differences between these two, which it comes under sine inverse of capital D minus small d divided by 2c. that is called a stubborn angle, and the same which will be for a smaller pulley also. That is not only for considering the wrap angle or smaller pulleys in the degrees of freedoms. Okay. And then this alpha s, which is an wrap angle of the contact, that is an arc of contact. We generally call it as arc of contact between contact surface. Okay. For a larger pulley, the contact surfaces from this part to this part, which is an alpha L for a larger pulley. We have wrap angle in the sense how much of surface which is contacted by the belt drives on the pulley. Okay, that is the contact surface is called it as alpha S and alpha L. For a smaller, it will be alpha S. For a larger, it will be alpha S. That is called it as wrap angle or a arc of contact. Arc of contact in the sense from this point to this point, the belt is contacted with the pulley. Okay, you can generally think that from this point to this point, the arc of contact, the belt is contacted with the belt is generally contacted with the pulley systems, pulleys, and then we can calculate it from that. We can calculate what is the wrap angle of the, or what is the angle of contact or arc of contact. Okay, for an open belt drive, that things which will be all sine alpha is equal to d minus of d divided by 2c. That is comes under alpha is equal to 180-degree minus of 2 alpha. Okay, for a larger pulley, 180 minus of 2 alpha plus of 2 alpha. For a smaller pulley, the angle of contact is lesser. That is what we are calculating, that alpha is into smaller one. And then for this, and then what is an wrap angle of an smaller pulley? From the derivation, we can calculate that alpha s is equal to 180 minus of 2 alpha, and then that alpha is equal to sine inverse of capital D minus small d divided by 2c. And substituting this, we can calculate what is the wrap angle of the uh, smaller pulley or a larger pulley. And we want to calculate what is the length of the belt. Okay, and length of the belt in the sense we are having what is the total length. For considering that, we having 2c. Why this we are using 2c? If it generally from this point, the center point to center point, they are having two sections. Okay, that is what we are using as 2c plus pi by 2, which is a diameter perimeter of the circle of the capital D plus smaller d. We are considering as a semicircle part. Okay, semicircle in the sense pi d divided by 2. Okay, that is what we commonly take it out, pi by 2, and d plus d, which is plus on what is an arc of contact, which is an alpha. Alpha for why we are using a 4c, that is a 4 quadratic part. We are considering that, that is what we are considering 4c in that quadratic equation. By solving this, we can calculate what is the total length or total length of a belt. Okay, length of a belt, which is equal to 2c plus pi by 2 into what is the diameter of the larger pulley plus diameter of the smaller pulley plus angle of contact, which is d minus d whole square divided by 4c. Okay, this is what we can derive from the open belt drive system. For generally, we know that what is an open belt drive and what are the various notations. Okay, the open belt drive is shown in the figure, and then we shown that the two part of a length, which is 2c, is calculated, and another part is semicircle of the part, and semicircle part which is calculated on the basics. And we are considering that what is a contact length. Okay, that contact length is similar, that is d minus of d whole square divided by 4c. Okay, from this equation we can calculate what is the length of the belt drive systems. Okay, this is for open belt drive system, and another one we are going to see for a closed drive system. Okay, in this lecture video, we're just going to see about these two different sections, and how the derivation is calculated, and what is the derivation of the angle of contact and arc of contact, and what is the length of the belt. Okay, that is what we are going to see. And based on this also, some problems will be asked. They can give the what is a c. C means the center distance which is given, and then they will give the what is the diameter of the pulleys which will be given, and they can ask what is the length. And generally we can go for L is equal to 2c plus pi by 2 into capital D plus small d plus d minus d whole square divided by 4c by using this formula. But otherwise, if you're solving a problem based on a smaller things, it will be comes under in the forms of they will we can generally go in the forms of taking data book, and we can solve it from the data book also. These problems which will be available at this formulas is available at data book itself. When you compare with page number 7.58 in PhD data book, the total formulas for open belt drive or closed belt drive, everything is given. But on the exam point or another competitive exam point of views, they never give any such data. But generally they give what is the center distance and they what is the diameters, and every data they will give it on by their own itself. Okay. And secondary one is for crossed belt drives. Okay, in crossed belt drives we just want to consider that as the arc of contact and same the what is the cross sectional area of the belt in the sense of alpha s and same alpha d, that here the sine of angle which is equal to sine alpha is equal to d plus d divided by 2c. Okay. From this equation, where we can sine alpha is equal to sine inverse of d plus d divided by 2c. But in the closed bell drive, d minus d divided by 2c. But sine is equal to sorry, alpha is equal to sine inverse of d plus d divided by 2c for closed bell cross bell drives. Okay. The same angle for which is also alpha s is equal to alpha l is equal to 180 plus 2 into alpha. When you're going to calculate what is the arc of contact for a cross belt drive, we can generally use it as for both the sections are equal, and alpha s is equal to alpha l, which is equal to 180 plus sine inverse of d plus d divided by 2c. For a closed bell drive, the same which is repeated, and then d minus d divided by 4c. And same similarly arc of contact is different for both the pulleys. But for a cross belt drives, that is not difference, it is totally a same. And same the formulas which is calculated and derived, which is l length of the belt is equal to 2c plus alpha 2c plus alpha pi by 2 into d plus d plus capital D plus smaller d plus capital D plus d whole square divided by 4c. These only thing in the changes of closed and cross belt drives is the notations. Okay. For the same, and another one is we want to just note it out. Alpha s is also equal to alpha l, but in open belt drives it is not in equal sessions. Okay. This is what how we are calculating the length of the belt, and secondary thing is how to calculate the stresses in the belt and what are the various stresses which is induced on the belt. And these everything is available at the data book itself. The formulas are also available at the data book, but generally they can give such data as what is the tension at the tension of the belt and what is the cross sectional of the belt, and everything is given. And then just ask what is the stress induced, maximum working stress induced on the uh, belt, and what is the stress induced bending over a belt drive or bending over a pulley. They can generally ask it in the forms of the similar one mark or any objective or MCQ type questions or objective type, sorry, objective type questions. They can ask it also in the forms of one mark. Okay. And for that point, we just want to remember that alpha T and alpha B and alpha C, the centrifugal force, the belt over the pulley force, the bending force, the maximum work force. Okay. Okay, and otherwise also we want to calculate what is the total, what is the maximum stress. Okay, the maximum stress which is equal to what is an dou T plus dou B plus dou C. Okay, these will be comes under on that, and the maximum permissible stress for each belt drive is given. For a leather belt drive, it is around 2 to 3.4 megapascal. For a rubber belt drive, it is around 1 to 1.7 megapascal, and a fabric belt, it is around less than 1.5 megapascal. Okay, these are the general things for designing of belt drives. And second one is flat belt drive. We have already seen on our previous problem itself, previous videos itself. These are the data how we are taken from the design data book. And first one is selection of the pulley diameter, and second one is the calculation of design power in design power. And design power is calculated from the taken from the data book 7.53 and arc of contact. And how to calculate the arc of contact factor, I had already shown that pi by 2, which is equal to 60 degree. And they calculate on smaller pulley. And what is the selection of belting systems. And another one is load factor ratios, determination of belt width, and determination of pulley width, and calculation of belt length. Okay, total length of the belt is also been given for a V-belt drive systems. This is what we are going to see in this video, how to design a V-grooved pulleys. First thing is we want to just commonly taken from the table 2.1, which is available at page number 7.81 of the PH data book. When you take it as first thing is we want to select a material, whether the material is cast iron or a pressed steel or formed steel or die cast aluminum steel. Okay, these things we want to first discuss, and what is the dimensions of dimensions. This is a general dimension, which is an total distance. Of, we want to know that in one is crushed, another one is um, deep. Okay, that two things which is comes from the calculating of pitch line, and from the pitch line what is addendum, and secondary one is dedendum. Okay, when you consider for internal gears, and it will be different for an external gears, it is different for addendum and dedendum, and arc of contact and angle of contact. Okay, that is things that we want to just know it from. And the design procedures. The design procedure in the sense, first you want to select the selection of the belt from the page number 7.58, and then selection of the pulley diameter. If it is given, you want to just take it the data of stresses values from the page number 7.58, and the determination of normal, and the determination of the normal pitch length from the events page number 7.53. And the secondary one is modification factors, length correction factors, which is available at page number for the concerned selected values, whether we are taking a belt or B belt or C belt. For the corrected values, which is taken from the page number 7.58, 7.59, and 7.60, for the nominal inside length, nominal length, and the length correction factor or a standard size. Okay, these all the data are available at these all the data are available at the page number 7.58 to 7.59, 7.59 to 7.560. And the correction factor of the arc of contact, which has also been calculated from the page number 7.68. And the same problem or the same formula is also been available at the page, on the prescribed page number itself. If you have any clarifications, you just go through that PhD data book, and then also we can take it from the page number 7.68 and the table number 2.6. And the calculation of the maximum capacity, maximum power capacity, and determination of number of belts, and calculation of actual distance. Okay, these are the step-by-step procedures of solving the problems of flat belt drives. And I hope this session, which will give you a better idea of calculating, if they can ask it in individually, what is the actual center distance, you can able to solve. C actual is equal to a plus square root of a square minus b. What is and how we are calculating the a, and these things are data which will be taken normally from the step number previous steps also. And but on the forms of gate point of view, they generally give the only the they can ask what is any one step which has been asked. They never ask about what is the total design process. They just ask only the each steps of the problems. And the assignment questions for designing V-wheel drives, as I will send to your mail ID, and just calculate that work, and then do that formulas and continue the working process. Okay? And then also you get some ideas of solving these problems. And thank you. Thanks for watching this video.